Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wassalamu ala Rasul Kareem. All right, so the topic for today was the heart of a believer living a life of love and service. So before we get into the topic or we get into the meat of the content, what does this topic mean, right? We're here proposing an idea that by being believers, right, by being Muslims, by being Pakistani, a country founded on these ideals, it doesn't mean that you're just, namaz pad rahe ho, roze rakh rahe ho, just you're praying and fasting. It actually translates into, love inside for others and service, right? So the goal of all of the trainings that you're getting, whatever they may be, amazing skill sets, or even if you learn how to make a lot of money and do make a lot of money, or you impact thousands of people, or whatever it may be, the ultimate heart of the goal should stem from a place of sincerity, of faith, and of beauty. So that's what we're going to talk about today, how we can build that and different keys for it. All right, majority of the youth today, unfortunately, are, as you can see in this image, are bored or distracted. You're spending hours upon hours on Facebook. You're spending, 25, you're spending minutes upon minutes, hours upon hours commenting on superficial things or Facebook drama. A lot of the youth, unfortunately, today also follow the crowd, right? So my cousin's doing something, this and this, I have to do this and this. My classmate's doing this and this, so I have to do this and this. So it's an environment of just, copying, like in English we say, following the Jetsons, which is an idiom, which means whatever everyone else is doing, I'm going to do the same thing. And so we have a lack of independence, a lack of creativity, a lack of actually going out and, seeing our best fits in life. So then if you live a youth like this, unfortunately, you may become, this is a warning, you may become like a desi mom. I love desi moms, I'm not criticizing them, but a lot of desi moms may be busy in dramas and social media and gossip and daydreaming and all that, and this is just a joke, but we want to, the goal of all of these things is so that we actually set our standards a bit higher, that we're not just binging on the latest sauce and susar kya kar rahi hai, in-laws, what are they doing, dramas and all these soap operas, but we actually think about how we can contribute in life, in society, and beyond. Everyone follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay, alhamdulillah. All right, so let's get into it. On the opposite end, right, and this is a minority, right? If majority, 80%, 90%, unfortunately, I hope my accent isn't hard to comprehend. And I'm going to speak a little.
It's totally fine.
It's good. Okay. And I'm speaking a little fast because we have little time, to go forward. Anyhow, some people, mashallah, are the super Muslimas, right? In our tradition, for example, I know majority maybe sisters here attending, right? We have Aisha radiallahu anha, right, the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was a genius by all standards. She was super smart. When the doctors came, she would learn their prescriptions, their medicines, their prescriptions, everything else. When it came to Quran, Hadith, when it came to decision making, managing the household and all that, she was super smart, such that after the death of the Prophet, people realized that, she's a container of Islam. Like, guys and girls would all go to learn from her, both on Islam and other topics too. So she just had that sharp mind, and she was a super Muslimah like that. And then on the bottom, these are just simple examples. A recent example, this is Zahra Billu from California. Obviously, I may be speaking to a Pakistani audience, but if you're in America, she's a super activist in California. She's the CARE California director, so she goes on media and speaks about Islam, about civil rights, and we need to be confident Muslims and all that. And look, she's Pakistani origin, Muslimah, confidently wearing her hijab while she's on MSNBC live on this picture, etc. So she's just a modern example, and you don't have to be in public media to make a difference, but this is just one small example of people actually doing something that they are gifted with and giving back to the community. So the question is, how do we, Ahmad or Rabia or whoever else over here, how do we actually hone in our own skills, our talents, and actually become these super achievers that are faith-driven and go forward in life and become amazing human beings? That's what we're going to talk about today. So how do we live, also live great and fulfilled and accomplished and successful lives? So I put 4 words there, right? Some people lived accomplished lives, right? And successful on the outside, right? But inside they're not fulfilled, right? Both paise aage, both, biwi bacche hoge, you have all the money, you have all the wife and kids, you have all the goals you set 20 years ago, yet inside your heart, there's a hole in your heart. You're not happy, right? But other people are successful outside too, but inside they're fulfilled too. Inside they feel at home too. Inside they feel at peace too. Allah ke saath bhi they're good, right? With Allah they're good, with themselves they're good, and with others they're good. So we're going to talk about 5 specific keys. If you're writing notes, I'm going to ask later who's writing notes and not, or maybe I'll quiz you guys, 5 specific keys that I want to talk about today and zoom through, inshallah, that will hopefully assist you in your life's journey, inshallah. Ready to go? Bismillah. All right, number 1. Who are you? Kono tum? And I'm not saying, oh, my name is, I don't know, my name is Asiya, I'm 20 years old, and, I want to be, a poet or engineer or this or that. That's not what I'm asking, right? There's a story of, this is in a lot of self-help books, right? The 7 Habits, I believe, of Highly Effective Teens, also mentioned in others, of there used to be a king whose government was overthrown. And the prince, right, the young boy at the time, was taken as hostage. And instead of killing him, right, so that the government doesn't continue, they said, okay, let's do something else. Let's take this boy, और इसको गाँव में फेंक दे. He's actually the kid of a prince, he's royalty. Like, let's take this little kid and let's throw him in a gaon. There he'll speak, instead of Urdu, maybe Punjabi, whatever, right? And he'll hopefully forget himself. He'll just interact with the people around him, and he'll forget who he is. So they threw him, as an adopted kid in the gaon, in the village, and they left him, for a couple years, and then they went back, and they were surprised. All the other kids are, cursing and, talking about, lowly things, money and motorbikes and girls and all this other stuff. But this young boy was reserved. He was quiet. He was thoughtful. And they said, why aren't you playing around and following along with the other kids? And he said, no. I wouldn't do such a lowly thing. I'm son of a king and destined to be a king. Right? And so the simple example, or the simple moral of the story here, what is the moral of the story? What did you guys get? I should ask you guys.
Yes, sir. Sir, you have to know who you are.
Yes. So by knowing who you are, what happened to this kid? By knowing who he was at one level, what strength did he have?
So he was son of king?
He was a son of a king, but by knowing who he was, what benefit did he get when the people came and said, "Tum bhi sharartiya karo, you should misbehave too, you should have fun too, you're a young kid,"
He know what his responsibilities are, he know what he have to do.
Right. Good. So he's clear on who he is, and because of that, he has confidence. Because of that, he's focused. Because of that, he's clear. You guys follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So these are 3 benefits of knowing who you are. Right? Number 1 is when you explore this question, if every day, if I keep saying, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, do you think you're going to get good test results? Do you think you're going to actually, be fit and healthy? Obviously not. You're going to keep beating yourself up. And then you won't be even motivated. If I keep saying I'm stupid, I can't learn anything, are you going to be motivated to study for your next exam? Obviously not, right? But if I keep saying I'm a learner, I strive to study hard, I'm going to keep growing. Do you think then you'll get better results for tests or for exams or in life? Yes or no?
Yes.
I only hear 1 or 2 voices. So I went to nahi hai. All right. So the benefit of knowing who I am is I get confidence. कोई मुझे अगर कहेगा कि तुम 2 number के आदमी हो, you're a second-rate person, you're dumb, you're this or that, I know who I am. I'm not going to be shaken, right? Number 2 thing is resilience.
Yes.
For example, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? For almost 13 years in Makkah, hum sunte hain ye kitab Maulvi sahab ke lega, but we don't think about it for our own lives, you know. For 13 years, he only has a couple of people following him, less than 100 people. Yet because he knows he's a prophet of Allah, Allah sent him, you know, Biwi bhi suffer kar rahi, wife is suffering, all the money he had, all the honor he had, all of that's wasted. Different friends are being killed in the name of Islam, right? So he's losing everything, and for 13 years he's suffering, yet he knew who he was, so he's patient. Okay, Allah ne ye likha hua hai, main bas sabr karunga, right? He didn't say, oh yes, maybe they're right, maybe I am crazy. Ye kya Jibreel mere upar bol raha hai? Ye kya Quran hai? No, he knows who he is, so he's focused. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So he has confidence, he has resilience, right? He's patient, even though people are, you know, cursing him, people are hurting him, and he has clarity. I have to meet Allah, right? I have to do this for the people. I have a mission. So because I have a mission, I'm not going to give up, right? And so he kept pushing forward. His community kept pushing forward. The woman kept pushing forward. The kids kept pushing forward. And as a community, mashallah, look at, we're the only reason abhi kalama padhte, we say la ilaha illallah, right? We say alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Why? Because Rasulullah and the Sahaba and those next generations up to this generation kept remembering who they were and continuing the legacy. So you're a part of this legacy. Okay, so now last point I want to make for who are you, right? Is I want you to explore and ask this question. If you're writing notes, right? Write down, what is my story with myself? What is my story with myself? Meaning all of us have a story we tell ourselves, right? Hum agar chup ho jayenge, kaan band kar le, right? If we close our ears and we listen to the talk inside ourselves, sometimes some of us may be beating ourselves up, some of us may be saying this and that. Very few of us are giving good, positive, motivational strength of, hey, I'm strong, I'm a servant of Allah, I need to be humble, love. Having a good, healthy self-image, right? And self-conversation. So I'm proposing three things. First, ask yourself, what is my story with myself, right? What do I want my story with myself to be, right? So story with myself. What is my story with myself, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the story I have with myself? And what is this? What do I want the story with myself to be? What's the ideal? What's my goal, right? So you think about, मुझे relationship अपने आप के साथ क्या चाहिए, right? How do I talk to myself? How do I deal with myself? हम भूल जाते हैं कि just like there's another person, अगर हम उसको
What I want to become.
What I want to become and what do I want my relationship to be? For example, you know, if I know that eating healthy for another person, you know, I give them healthy food, yummy food, they'll be happy. Then sometimes how come we don't treat ourselves good too? You know, if we speak good to ourselves, treat ourselves good, we'll get better results. Second question, first is the story with ourselves, right? Second is the story with Allah. What is my story with Allah? Har banda, har bandi ke paas apna story hai Allah ke saath. Some of us, we won't learn the lesson till we do guna, till we sin, till we mess up, till we maybe get married, till we do this and that. Then we're like, oh man, how come we don't pray? How come, you know, we're busy in this bad or that bad? And then we come back. Some of us, mashallah, we learn from a good teacher like Rabia early on and we say, no, we need to be good in deen and dunya, mashallah. Right? Some of us later on. So we want to ask, what is my story with Allah right now? Right now, अगर मैं मरता और अल्लाह से मिलता क्या story मुझे लगता है चलती Allah और मेरे साथ? You know, what would the story be if I died right now with Allah? And what is the story I want to be? Right? So if I'm stuck in bad, if I'm stuck in evil, don't worry. Allah is Ghafoor Rahim. Sometimes humans judge, but Allah is bigger than that. But we want to ask, what is my ideal? So that we have a goal. You know, the goal is, you know, when I was growing older, maybe I had a good cousin. हम तो उसको मौलवी कहते थे या वो बस हिजाब पहनती थी बाकी नहीं पहनते थे, but she's a role model. I want to be like that. I want a story like Aisha. I want a story like Zahra Billu or something else, you know. So story with myself, story with Allah, both current and future, right? Future ideal. And third is story with others. When I interact with others, what is the story? How do I interact? You know, story means the talk you're doing and how you're interacting. The story of myself is the talk I'm doing with myself and how I'm interacting with myself. If I have a story of respect, I will respect my body. I will respect my heart. I will respect my eyes, hands. I will respect my dealings, my sleep, my eating. If I respect Allah, right, I'm going to respect what He loves. I'm going to hate what He hates. You follow? And then third thing is, what is my story in my relationship with others, with key others? What's that story going on? I can tell that in a minute if I was in presence, right, with you. Oh, this person doesn't have confidence. Oh, this person, may have this good trait or bad trait and all that. So this is something you need to explore. Explore who am I? Konume. What's my character? What are my interests? What are my talents? How do I fit them? All right, next. Number 2. Focus on the inside and outside. Some people, they just focus on the outside. यार जब पैसा मिल जाएगा ना फिर मेरी सब परेशानियां खत्म हो जाएंगी. As soon as I get money, everything will be good, right? So they're focused only on the outside, external, right? But smart people, they focus on both, inside and outside. Agar banda, if a person just focuses on the inside and not the outside, what happens? We're making this interactive.
So sir, can you repeat?
If someone focuses on the inside meaning he only focuses on the thinking and emotions, वो बस सोचता रहता है अपने आप लेकिन बाहर कुछ नहीं करता. What's the end result?
So he is like a dervish person, but doing nothing.
The dervish person, yeah. Or he's just a daydreamer, right? ख्याली प्लाव बनाता रहता है लेकिन कुछ actualize नहीं होता. Let's make this business, let's make that business, let's do this project, that project, but nothing outside. But now, the opposite. What about someone who always does things outside? Hubber dubber, I need to do this, right? But doesn't focus on the inside. What happens to that person?
He becomes materialistic.
Doesn't achieve anything.
Okay, materialistic and doesn't achieve anything good. He may become not only materialistic, but also he'll feel unhappy inside, right? He'll be tired. Those workaholics, they call them in English. Alcoholic, they made a word. You guys may know this, right? Workaholic, meaning someone that's addicted to work. Always doing work, but not feeling happy inside. Or always needs to do something, right? So we, over here, mashallah, being the super learners, we're focusing on the inside too. How we can be happy, have good emotion, good relationship with ourselves, with others, with Allah, right? And have results outside. We want inside and outside. We want deen and dunya, right? Inshallah. You guys follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now inside, I'm going to go through this quickly. We don't have time. But inside, we have these beliefs, right? And some of the beliefs, I didn't mention this earlier slide. I wanted to mention it today. Some beliefs are, mangoes are nasty, right? If someone believes mangoes are nasty, right, they don't taste good, it doesn't really affect you that much, right? Or you think ketchup is bad, or ketchup is the best, chocolate is the best thing that mankind ever created, right? That's nice, right? That's a belief, right? But there's some beliefs that you may have inside of you that affect you very intensely. Like what? Like if I say, dunya bahut buri hai. Or if I say, the world is bad. Or if I say, people are out there to get me. I shouldn't trust nobody. If I have that belief, how am I going to act? I'm never going to start trusting anybody for school, for teamwork, for business, for anything else. I'm always going to be on guard, right? So instead of saying maybe I let someone borrow money and he stole the money, right? Instead of me saying everyone is bad, I can't trust anybody, I need to question my belief and say no. Maybe that's a bad belief, maybe that's a limiting belief. So there's empowering beliefs and there's limiting beliefs, right? All of us have beliefs, right? So instead of saying, the world is evil, ye dunya mal'una, some people that pretend or don't understand the deen, they may say, the dunya is cursed. Matlab sab dunya chal jao, leave the dunya, it's all cursed. That's a dangerous belief to have. Why? Because then I'll be like, yuck, I don't want to live here. And you'll be unhappy and this and that. But if you realize, oh no, if I infuse it with dhikr, with good things, with beauty, with taking care of my parents, with earning, with a good family, good marriage and all that, dunya is a blessed place. Right? So you have a different attitude, two different beliefs, both people getting it from the deen. One person thinks that, dunya is evil, and he's getting it from the deen. The other person thinks the dunya is beautiful if I use it right. He's getting it from the deen. So you see how just the beliefs can make a difference in a person's life? So you have beliefs, you have values, right? I value, let's say, freedom. I value this and that, and we have different values. We have thoughts and emotions that are going on inside we have to think about, and then we have the behaviors, and then we have the results. The outside people see the behaviors and the results. The inside people don't see. We have to check those. Okay, so smart people focus on the inside and outside, right? All right, on the inside, there's this concept I want to create, right? We said heart of a believer. मैंने इस topic का नाम नहीं रखा. I didn't put the topic as heart of a Pakistani, heart of a super achiever, heart of a super Muslim, heart of this, heart of a believer. Why? It's again, our concept is, someone that's dindar, he's just, someone that's faithful is just, retired and just going to the masjid, has a beard or topi or hijab, and that's it. But the Sahaba and the real people that understood the deen, they understood this iman is an active thing. It's something I build. It's something I spiritually feel. Sometimes we may not feel it day to day, but a lot of us, we have, I don't know if you guys have it, but I have Ramadan moments, right? Ramzan, where, in Ramadan after fasting and Taraweeh or something else or some Quran or some religious program, I feel in my heart, iman taza ho gaya, your iman is strong or something, right? But that iman is an active force. It's a force where I trust Allah. Iman comes from the root word aman, right? Aman kya matlab? Sukoon, right? So I trust in Allah, right? I'm jumping cliff to cliff like this man is doing here. And after I jump cliff to cliff, I'm trusting that Allah said, hey, if you jump, you'll reach the end. And the end here is success in the dunya and especially in the akhirah. You guys follow?
Yes, sir.
Good. Yes, sir.
So iman, what we're trying to say here is if we have true iman, you're going to see it in people's akhlaq. You're going to see it in the character. If you guys have true iman, I'm going to see it in how you speak. I'm going to see it in the charity you give. I'm going to see it in your work ethic. Someone with iman is someone that says, oh, homework, I'm going to do it. Right? Why? Because we're people of our word. Right? Rasulullah was a man of iman. The same root word is amin, trustworthy. He said something, he did it. You gave him money, he wouldn't even take 1 rupee for himself. No. You let me hold on to 100,000 rupees, 10 million rupees to hold on because you're traveling, I'm going to give you exactly the same amount. You guys follow? So iman is not only inside. A lot of people, unfortunately, even in our family, small story, right? My dad was trying to start a charity here, right? Mashallah, he's a physician in America, and he's trying to start a charity here. So he said, okay, he got some money, and he said, okay, let me set up the charity, the organization, everything else. So we had a family friend who was dindar, in Tablighi Jamaat, this and that, and her daughter was a lawyer, right? And so my dad gave, I think, I don't know if it was $20,000 or $40,000, something like that, to set up the LLC and start the non-profit. Ye khidmat ho rahi hai gharib ki. Bas ye niya ke liye aaye the. Right? Gave the money, trusted because family friend and religious and all that. My dad flew back, right? He usually comes for 1-2 weeks or something. He flew back, right? This is, I think, I don't know, a year ago or something, right? He flew back. He kept in touch with her 1 week, 2 weeks, this and that. She said, oh, it's happening, it's happening. I think 3-4 weeks later, you know where the story's going. 3-4 weeks later, we don't hear back from her, right? And this is someone religious, iman, or the father is so-and-so, So you have such people that are deceiving, deen ka bura naam kar liya, unfortunately, but we have to have an active mind that, hey, we're going to be positive-minded, we're going to be faithful-minded, we're going to be strong in our hands, in our teamwork, and we're going to do great things. Inshallah?
Inshallah.
Good. All right, 3. If someone works on their self-identity, right, their stories, right, which is self-identity. Number 2, they work on their inside and outside. They're building their faith, right? They're trying their salah. They're giving away the sin. Then third step is what? The third step is actually manifesting outside. And this is where muhabbat comes in. Now, one of the beautiful things about us as Pakistanis is, I don't know how much Allama Iqbal has been mentioned here, and I have to rush a little bit. But Allama Iqbal was a big philosopher, right? The sharp mind. He became a lawyer, if you guys read his biography. And then after that, what happened? He went to Germany. He studied philosophy, right? Finally, though, dimag confused ho gaya. But finally, he met the writings of this man. Do you guys know the man of this righteous man? Do you guys know the biography? Who did Allama Iqbal read? Who changed his life?
Maulana Rumi, I think so.
Maulana Rumi, good. So Iqbal would comment on Nietzsche, would comment on Hallaj and all the big saints and big philosophers, and Einstein. He was colleagues. There's pictures of him with the German scientists, right? So he's with the big people, right? Yeah, he finally met Rumi's work at the right time, and when he read it, दिल कहीं और पहुंच गया, अल्लाह के पास पहुंच गया. फना और बका कहते हैं इसको, right? So as Pakistanis, the dreamer of our Pakistan, right, was someone that created Pakistan in the spirit of his Sheikh too, of love. And Allama Iqbal's concept of all of Pakistan was build your own love of Allah that translates into you being the leaders of the earth. The only reason Pakistan was created, the only reason, was so that we become spiritual walis of Allah that don't just sit and jog back kisi ghar mein Allah ko kal yaad. No, you actually go out of the cave like the Sahaba spirit, right? And you actually go and you innovate, whether it be entrepreneurship, whether it be business, whether it be deen work, whatever it may be, you become leaders, you strive for the best, and you actually guide the rest of the ummah. Allama Iqbal's dream, he saw the Ottoman Empire and he saw it fall. And his dream was Pakistan will be the heart, the dil. You're seeing the dil right here? Will be the dil of the Muslim world, right? And the dil of the rest of the world, to actually show them this is the beauty of Islam. Come to our Islam. This is what we're doing. Yet, it's almost 100 years since his death, right? What was it, 1938, I believe, or 33, right? Almost 100 years, yet Pakistan's still struggling, and we're still a developing country. Alhamdulillah, there's a lot of progress we have to do, shukr, but we got to step higher, right? And we have to have higher goals, inshallah. So love means what? Love means empathy. Someone's suffering, your ummi has taklif, we're not going to just laugh, our mom has something. No, we're going to feel that pain too. Empathy means I'm stepping in the shoe of other. You see someone poor, I know you're doing, I think, a charity program, right, with the woman. MashaAllah, that's a great work. So you actually have to train yourself, right? Let me feel in the shoes of those other people, right? Number two thing is love of Allah translates into happily obeying Him, happily worshiping Him. Rasulullah would say, Allahu Akbar, और उन्होंने कहा, قُرَّةُ عَيْنِي الصَّلَاةِ, मेरा जो मज़ा है, the sweetness, I love good perfume, I love this and that, right? But when I get joy, like some of you, if I gave you good ice cream, or I gave you, I don't know, $20,000 jorda, shadi jorda or gift or something, you guys would light up. And he's saying, all these things make me happy, but the thing that makes me light up, right, or coolness of my eyes, this is in Arabic, قُرَّةُ عَيْنِي, ayn, तो मेरा coolness क्या है? As-salah. मैं Allah Akbar कहता हूँ, सब परेशानी दूर. All my things. This is love, because he loves Allah so much. He's at such a spiritual state. If we even pray Salah, or if we say Allah Akbar, I'm guilty of this. May Allah guide me too. I'm thinking about this, or I just prayed Isha, and now presentation and this and that, and Rabia's on my case, and this. We gotta develop the heart so that we move forward, inshallah. The third thing, and last thing I'll mention about love is selflessness. You have less of me. मुझे ये चाहिए. Abbu ne kyun mujhe Eid gift acha nahi diya? How come dad didn't give me a good Eid gift? Or how come I didn't get this and this and this? It's not about me anymore. It's about others, right? It's about us. So you see the world, you see people as a family, inshallah. We're all gonna be loving people now, inshallah.
Inshallah.
If any of you guys are fighting with someone,
And
or especially at
I
home,
believe that we are very loving people.
बाहर से तो सभी loving होते हैं. जब smile दो तो दो. फिर पीछे से पता चलता है कि, from the back end, you find out, oh, this person's fighting with his brother, sister, uncle, auntie, friend, and all the other drama, Inshallah, none of us, though, we're special. Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah.
All right. We're running short on time, so I'll speed through it. Number 4 is giving. Giving your heart. Jab kisi ke paas, he's confident, he has a good identity, right? He's moving forward in terms of, his internal and external reality, right? And then he's also building the love inside. There's any small act you can do can bring more love, but there's nothing more than giving. And that's why the concept in Islam is what? Sadaqah, right? Sadaqah is what? Even if I smile right now and you guys smile back, that's sadaqah. Why? The Prophet's teaching you what? He's teaching you be a giver, right? Be someone that gives. My uncle is in business. He's also a doctor too and all that. And he was talking to me. He's like, "Mujhe samajh nahi aati." How come he doesn't understand? How come Bill Gates, is ready to donate all of his wealth when he dies? And how come Warren Buffett, these guys are worth billions, are donating all of the charity and all that? And I was like, no. In American culture, they teach, look out for the other, be humanistic. Even though they don't have a lot of deen guidance, they know from the goodness of their heart, right? They know, hey, this is something I need to do. I got this wealth, but I'm going to help others too. You know, a lot of us Pakistanis, like for example, we have one Pakistani billionaire in Florida. I think he's worth $9 billion. Shahid Khan. He owns a football team too, Jaguars. But you never hear him, donating even like $1 million or something like that. He's billionaire. He can easily give $1 million for something. In fact, you guys may remember recently when the dam was being built or the funds were being collected for the dam, there was a mashhur news. Shahid Khan donates, I don't know how much, $1 million or $10 million or something. So the media reporters actually contacted Shahid Khan and he said, no, I didn't donate $1 million. मैंने बस $1,000 donated. I only donated $1,000. Right? For us, $1,000 may be big, but we're talking about someone that's worth billion. 9,000,000,000,000 US dollars. Right? That's his net worth. उसने $1,000 damn के लिए दिया. You see the Pakistani mentality there? And I'm not criticizing all Pakistanis. Look at here, mashallah, Eidi Saab is such a beautiful example of someone that gave his heart. You guys, I don't know if you read the biography when he passed away, but when he went to England and Europe, he actually had job offers to stay there. हम कहते हैं ना हम बाहर जाएं, अमेरिका जाएं, इंग्लैंड जाएं, अच्छी job मिले, अच्छी शादी मिले, right? Eidi Saab had the offer. लेकिन उसने कहा नहीं, मेरा काम पाकिस्तान में. My work is in Pakistan. He said I'm going to dedicate to it. And look, he passed away. And look, Pakistanis, unfortunately, you guys may know the story, but his wife said one of the things that affected his heart, I think 2 or 3 years before, Eidi Saab was very simple, and he kept around, I think, $200,000 or $300,000 worth of donations in a certain area in the foundation, right? And the people underneath him were corrupt too, and I think they released the information, and someone came and robbed him at gunpoint of that donation money. And that was heavy on his heart, and a few years later, unfortunately, he passed away. But his wife too, khidmat mein lagi hui. She's in charity, and look at how much great work we did. So these are role models in our own Pakistan. We need to take, not for granted, but actually follow their footsteps, inshallah. All right, last but not least of the 5 keys is teaming up together, right? You can't do anything alone, right? If I was doing this presentation and there was no one listening, right? I'm just speaking to air. No, but you guys are listening. We guys work together. We start this project, that project. We work on, whatever it may be. Together, we can do something. And the beautiful thing about being together is you don't always have to be the leader. Oh, I have to be a big public speaker. I have to speak in a crowd. I have to motivate other people. No, some people are good like that, right? Some people can be trained. But sometimes it's just about saying, hey, I'm working on this project. Do you want to work on it too? Or, hey, you're doing a good project. Let me support you. You don't have to be a leader. You can be a supporter too. But be a part of good, positive efforts, And this is something very important. They did a good study on blue zones, on these different zones in the world where people live over 100. And one of the key things they found, right, about those blue zones is that people have a very healthy community. They're interacting with family, they're part of the community, they're active. 80-year-old, 90-year-old, good health, healthy. Why? Part of the reason is not only their health, what they eat. You have to stop with too much sweets and desi salt and all those things, right? But also to socially interact, right? Inshallah. Okay. So last but not least, alhamdulillah, I think I did this in time. Last but not least, so the title was A Heart of a Believer, right? The heart of a hamare dil mein, when you have a passion of belief, we're saying, then we live a pure life of life and service. And what does a heart of a believer, what does this life equal? These are the different keys I mentioned. Number 1, have a strong self-identity. If you didn't write notes, you can write them now. Strong self-identity, or you could say, the stories we mentioned. Number 2 thing is work on the internal and external. Number 3 is be iman driven, right? Or this is part of internal and external. Number 3 is love, right? Love Allah, love others, etc. Number 4 is give, right? Number 5 is lead. I'm just going to take 1 minute, or you guys, if you're writing, or if not in your head, for all of these, or this is homework if you guys don't have paper, right? I want you to ask yourself, right? What can I do better when it comes to my identity, right? And even online, you could go to YouTube and search incantations. I am incantation, where they'll say, I'm positive, I'm energetic, I'm this and that. And just play it in your earbuds, for an hour a day or whatever, and watch the difference you'll see in your self-talk, right? So first question is, how can I improve my self-identity? Second is, how can I improve my internal thinking and my external results? Number 3, how can I improve my iman and my connection to Allah? Number 3, how can I love others more? right? Number 4, how can I give? What's one thing I can do to give back to others more? And number 5 is what project or initiative can I be a part of so I can be more active and social and positive good? You guys got it? So just take these keys and just ask, how can I actually apply them? Does that make sense? If you guys do that, inshallah, you'll have the heart of a believer, inshallah.